Okay, so the next story in 4K is about my mother again. And not all these stories are going to be about my mother, but she's been kind of on my mind lately. So this is stories in 4K number 2. My mom was an amazing woman. She was a little crazy, maybe fearless would be a better word than crazy, but she was certainly an individual. She was one of a kind. She was really smart. She was incredibly generous, but she certainly had her flaws as well. But she was very convicted, like she had a lot of conviction about things. And she didn't need anybody else's approval about how she felt about anything, which was pretty unusual to me. So anyway, the story goes that my mom got sick at the end of her life. She lived a pretty blessed life for 78 years. She really didn't have many illnesses. She did break her back a couple of times, and but she never really had any serious health challenges until she got to be 78 years old. And she had some serious bone disease, and she got cancer, and she just went through 2 years of hell. Like, she went through stuff that nobody should ever go through, ever. But she went through it. And I had the amazing opportunity to take care of her at the end of her life. She actually moved in with me, and I got to take care of her, which was amazing for me because she adopted me. And so I felt like I kind of got to pay her back, So anyway, at the very, very end, when it was clear that she was going to die, and actually she was still living like 2 or 3 days after the doctors had told me that she was definitely going to die already. I mean, it was amazing. So, I mean, for example, the doctor came in like the last day of her life, and he felt her pulse, and he looked at her and he looked at me because he thought she was sleeping and couldn't even hear. And he said to me, "This woman is like, she's not even, there's no heartbeat, like she's not even alive." I mean, I can't believe that she's still living. She's got no vital signs. And my mother opened her eyes and she looked at the doctor and she was like, "Wanna dance?" And the doctor just looked at me like, wow. He shook his head and he walked out of the room. So anyway, we pretty much knew she was going to die that day. And a rabbi came to the room. And he said to me, "Listen, I just want to talk to you. The doctor told me that your mom is probably not going to live much longer. And I just wanted to ask you if perhaps she would like this ritual where we have these religious Jewish women come in and they wash her down after she dies with these religious oils and stuff. And they put her in this beautiful shroud, a colorful shroud. And then a religious man prays over her all night. And it's just a nice way to go out before she's, laid to rest." And I was like, yo, let me tell you, my mother, I've been trying for the last year to figure out how she wants to go. You know what I mean? Like, I asked her what kind of casket, and she was like, "Look, when you're dead, you're dead. Just get me the cheapest box, whatever. I don't want anything. When you're dead, you're dead." I said, "Mom, don't you want to have like some kind of nice ceremony?" She's like, "I don't care, whatever. When you're dead, you're dead." You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, when you're dead, you're dead. My mother was obviously not religious, she didn't have much faith in anything like that. I mean, she lived, like this incredibly exuberant life with all kinds of joy, and, she believed in, she was very optimistic, but I guess she didn't believe in any kind of religious afterlife, God, anything like that. So I told the rabbi this. I said, "Look, she's a when you're dead kind of person. She doesn't believe in it." He's like, "Okay, I understand, but just ask her." And I was like, okay, whatever. So I went into my mother's room. I said, "Mom, listen, this rabbi just came and he asked me to ask you something, and I promised him I would. And I know when you're dead and whatever, you don't believe in anything, but he just wanted to know if you wanted these religious women to clean you after you pass, and these religious oils, and, bathe you, and just, give you some loving attention and wrap you in a beautiful shroud, and then all night you would have a religious man, a rabbi, pray over you all night, so that, you're sent off, I guess, in some kind of a really meaningful, respectful way." And, of course, I told the rabbi, when you're dead, you're dead. You know, she doesn't believe that. There's no way. So now I told you, so I'll go tell him. No. She goes, wait. I said, well, what? She goes, that would be nice. I said, what are you talking about? That would be nice. I mean, I thought you're all about when you're dead, you're dead. And she looked at me and she goes, you never know. And so we had it done, and it was beautiful. And yeah, I miss my mother every day. And I kind of live by that now. My mother had a saying, it was a Yiddish word called BESHERT, that means fate, like it's already written. It's kind of, you know, life is what it is, and don't worry about anything, don't stress, don't sweat anything, just live your life, do your thing, as my mother used to say, just don't worry about anything, BESHERT, BESHERT, whatever's meant to be is going to be. You can't control it anyway, just live, BESHERT. And so I put BESHERT on her gravestone, and I was happy that she was prayed upon that night. And that's the second story. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I'm shooting on the Sony a6400. I'm using my kit lens again. I'm shooting an S-Log2 again. Back in Poughkeepsie, I'm out here by the river, as you could tell again. And that's it. Story number 2. See you next time. Peace.